some more sports here. Hey, today's the day. I got a package from Dave and Adam's Card World, which is one of the larger, probably one of the top three retailers, online retailers of sports cards. And I had ordered something last weekend. Been waiting for it to arrive. I hoped it might arrive like last week, but it didn't, so it came today, which is Monday. I've got a couple of gummy vitamin things I'm going to eat here. And I don't know, they're gummy, but I kind of like to just suck on them rather than chew them. But we'll see. I might eat some gum or chew some gum afterwards, but alright, so I got a lot of interesting stuff from Dave and Adam's. I kind of went nuts and ordered a bunch of products by this company called the Hit Parade. And what they do is basically package up cards they buy, in the open market. It's a wide variety of stuff. They have products that are like, like this one, which is there's a single 1952 Topps baseball card in here, and there's 310 of these out there. I think it's graded. I'm not sure though. We'll find out. So there's a mantle somewhere in the 310. There's a maze somewhere in the 310. There's a few, quite a few Hall of Famers in that set. But anyways, I don't know, I thought that sounded really interesting. I mean, I would say the odds of getting something good in the 1952 is quite low. Out of these 310, I'm sure like 85% of them are probably commons that, might be worth something if they're in really good condition, but I'm guessing these will not be in super great condition. So this is more just interesting, but like, you buy and I can't remember how much these were. I think they were like 50 or 60 bucks a piece, maybe. So they're not cheap, but as with everything, you're paying for, a lottery ticket, a chance to get something very valuable. But the difference is, if you buy a box of modern baseball cards, you'll get a bunch of crap commons and, a few cards worth like $4 or $5 that you will never sell for $4 or $5. And with this one, you get only a single card, which might be a common, but it's a 1952 Topps card. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want a 1952 Topps card, even if it's a common? It's a piece of history, for Christ's sake. It's a piece of baseball card history. Alright, sorry. So anyways, so this is kind of, so interestingly, they also make like modern baseball card products, so they'll, have a bunch of modern stars and autographs and rookies or whatever in there, and I got one of those too, so I'm really curious to see what's in there, because I think they put like 5 autographs or whatever. I had this like idea that there probably is a pretty good market for people who just like buy up autographed modern cards like from Bowman or whatever, stick them in a box, and then make the odds of getting like a good one, like a Trout autograph or a Acuna autograph or a Soto autograph or whatever, roughly the same or probably a lot better than what you would get opening any old crap, it's like Bowman or Heritage or whatever. And I think you could do that. I think you could produce those boxes, like buy up the cards and package more and provide people much greater value than you get box of Topps cards or a box of Heritage or a box of Bowman or whatever, right? Because that's all we're doing. We're playing the lottery here. And, the house really is the one that wins, and that's Topps and Panini. So why not make the house somebody else? I think you could buy in the aftermarket plenty of autographs and stuff and hits for quite a competitive price, particularly if you're buying bulk and collections and stuff. And you can put that in a product and price it at a level where you've got some profit. But then the odds and the value, so like the odds times the value of what you would get if you got certain hits would be greater than you have with most modern sports card products. Anyways, that's my idea, and these guys are kind of doing that, except they do it with all sorts of old stuff and interesting things. Oh, another one that they did, which I also ordered one of, is a box which has one Mickey Mantle card in it, one like vintage Mickey Mantle card. And those are expensive. They're like $125 or something. So I only got one of those. But like that's another cool idea. Like then the worst card you get is a vintage Mickey Mantle, and maybe it's like a kind of an off year, and maybe it's a card where he's on with another player or something, but it's still a Mickey Mantle card. So like that's better than a box of commons and like $2 and $3 stars, in my view. So I don't know. Maybe I should just do the really smart thing and not buy unopened stuff anymore. But it's too fun. I don't know what to tell you. I'm addicted, I guess, but no, it's entertainment is for me, and so I get a lot of value from that, and hopefully some people on this watch this channel get value too. But anyways, all right, enough philosophy. Share your hit parade. Share your hit with us on social media. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? So yeah, they buy up these cards and then put them in these things. And all right, let's do a quick flip. Did you see it? Did you see it? I didn't see it. More cards. All right, let's go in so I can see it is not graded. All right, let's just dive right in. There it is. Boom. Leo Keeley, I think, for the Red Sox. That super old school logo. All right, so let's take a look. Let's dig in here. So this card is probably like I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic. All right, I'll take it out of the plastic. I see it's got, this is kind of stupid. It's got writing on the back, and it's got some staining. The writing is a big problem. I mean, that brings you down to like a PSA 2 if you're lucky. I mean, the front, if the back were just clean, this would have been like like a PSA 4 probably, which ain't bad. 54, I don't know. I think the higher numbers are more rare. That's where the Mickey Mantle is in. So yeah, played for the Red Sox. Somebody named Tom seems to have owned this card at some point, and he put a star on it, so that was nice. Yeah, so this is a 1952 top. For those of you who are not sports card collectors or not baseball card collectors, the thing to know about this 1952 top set is that it's the first kind of, first major release of sports cards by Topps. They did have like a 1951 set that is not nearly as valuable or interesting and kind of had limited distribution. So the 52 Topps is really considered the first signature or the first sort of flagship Topps baseball card product. And so it's important for that reason, but it's also important because probably one of the top, 3 most widely known and recognized baseball cards of all time is in this set, and that's the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle. I hope one day to own such a thing. I wish I would have just 5-10 years ago when I started thinking about getting one, because Jiminy Crickets, they have gone up in value, and you know, I don't know that anybody should expect them to come down unless we have World War IV or something. Then everything will be cheap. But the banks will have gone under, so I won't have any money. In any event, so the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle is just an iconic card of, you know, one of the most popular Yankees. So for that reason, the 52 Topps set is quite popular with collectors. Gosh, you know, I have like a 1952 Topps Common that was graded, that came as part of a lot of cards that I bought. It was like 5 or 6 cards, not a big thing, but whatever. It was a lot that I bought online, and that was my first 1952 Topps card, I think. So like a lot of collectors don't even have a 1952 Topps card at all. Alright, oh, you know what I want to do first is this pack. So Dave & Adams, not to be a commercial for Dave & Adams, although I do like those guys. I definitely would recommend them if you want to buy stuff. And actually a lot of people ask, where do I buy stuff? So that's one of the places I buy from, lots of places, but online I do like them. Anyways, when you order, depending on how much you order, you get like a free bonus. So this is the bonus I got. It's a, I think it's like a 2017 Topps Holiday promotional pack or something. So I think it's got like a 1 or 2 like refractor cards in it. Yeah, this is 2017. So it'll have some Bowman cards. Andy Yerzy. Brent Honeywell. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Gleyber Torres. That's pretty awesome. I'll just put that in a sleeve for my Gleyber Torres collection. So it's got that nice little Topps Holiday logo. So that's pretty sweet. Pretty cool hit there. Not a hit, but whatever. Pretty cool pull. Okay, so that's my bonus card. Now let's open our second 1952 Topps. Oh yeah, I have the Willie Mays from this set, which is a beautiful card, also very iconic. Mine's fairly low graded, but I like it a lot. So that would be one card from this set that I have that's pretty significant. That might be the only one. A lot of people have been asking me to do like my top 10 cards or whatever. And certainly that Maze would be in there. But I've not gotten around to doing that. Alright. There we go. Another ad. Let's see. Okay, let's just do it. Alright, another common. Dave Philly. So let's see the condition. Yes, it's got some staining right there. Staining right there. You know what? This card was in a photo album, and you see these a lot with old cards. There was some like triangular adhesive kind of I don't know what you would call them, but little like picture holders that mounted this thing into a book, probably a photo album. And then somebody found the book and they took the adhesive off and it stained the card, and that's what you're left with. This one has a bit of creasing on the bottom there too. That's some weird marks there. Interesting. It's only on the back, but the back is much cleaner than that other card we got. There's another crease right there. So this is probably a 1 or a 2 as well because of the staining. Anytime you have staining, if like adhesive or gum or wax or God forbid writing on a card, you're going to be at a very low grade, almost certainly a PSA 1. If you have those kinds of things. So we've got a couple of pretty dang low grade, but the images themselves look pretty nice. They're clear. Registration is fairly on point. This one too. This one in particular, registration looks quite good. That's where in the colors, because they lay down the colors in different presses, and sometimes they get misaligned, and it looks kind of wacky. If I had an example of an old card, I'd show you, but this is kind of like that actually. You see that yellowing, like that yellow is supposed to be in the background, not on this hat, so the registration's a bit off, and you can see the yellow here. So if you just sort of moved the yellow up, like a couple millimeters, the registration would be on point for this one, but it's off, and on this one you don't really see any of that. So looks pretty good. Like, you can see a very clear line where the yellow background meets the white shirt, and that means the registration, at least for the yellow. And that's not, white is not a color because it's just the card, but this is like black that gets printed, and a little shadowy, little black line there. So they meet almost exactly. So although I actually see this yellow supposed to be over a little bit, but these little starred frames, if you look at them, they look like some kind of terrible, clip art project from a 4-year-old. I'm sure they had like basically I don't know, a strip of stars that somebody had to cut out and then place and cut with scissors and tape along there. So that's why they look so helter-skelter. That's how printing worked back in the day. Alright, well, there you have it. I was very interested to see those and see how they came, and I wish they had been graded, but I'm sure if I had read the description. Well, in any event, there's 310 of these, and I just opened 2, and so now your odds are even better of getting something good. So maybe you guys want to go out and buy some. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope you found that interesting. Have a good one. We'll see y'all later.